The small things. Hello, hello. We are going. Always great to get about 20 seconds into a stream and not realise that it's even started working. But hello, we are here. And as promised, we are at the beginning of the season. Finally. We are ready to go. With Cheltenham Town, the 21-22 season, starting at home against Bradford City, who, turns out, managed by Sol Campbell. That would be quite an event for a first-time manager walking into a dugout and seeing Sol Campbell as their opponent. It's a nice little start. You meet Sol Campbell. It's a home game. Get the crowds in, hopefully, if COVID's gone by then. Against a Bradford side that I think is meant to be one of the better teams in the division this year. So looking in the season preview, we're looking at Bradford in 5th. We have jumped to 7th. I think I checked this in one of the streams and we were down around 15th. We've made some moves, made some signings, and we've jumped to 7th, which would be just in the playoffs. Doncaster are now actually favourites. It was Bolton, so there's a bit of a change there. Notts County have risen well. Wrexham are by far expected to go down. So I don't know why. I don't know if they just haven't signed anyone. Yeah, they may well have just not particularly signed anyone. I don't think Wrexham are going to be bad. They should be okay. But we are going to be jumping into the first game. There is a game on before. I did pause it there. Forest Green Bolton will be before. Won't be watching that, don't worry. So jumping into the squad. As I said after the previous stream, I would get us to the first game, which we now have. We have made a couple of signings outside of the stream. We've loaned another centre-back. He can play right back, centre-back and left back. I will not be playing him on the left, considering we have 3 left-backs anyway. So we have Andre Burley. He's primarily going to be used as a centre-back. His marking isn't brilliant, but everything else is reasonable. His concentration's okay. Quick, 6'2", plays simple passes, has a long flat throw despite only having... Oh, sorry, no, hang on, he has 13 long throws. So, could potentially be another long throw specialist for us. We seem to have about 4, which is quite nice. And the other signing we've made is a left midfielder after the injury picked up by Ellis Chapman. We managed to get Keelan O'Connell on a free transfer released from Bournemouth. Did play a couple of times in the Championship for Bournemouth. Wasn't very good, but if he's able to play at that level, if the game thought that Bournemouth would actually let this guy have a chance, then I'm hoping that if we can give this guy a chance 2 divisions lower, then people will be... I don't know what I'm saying, people. Then he will be of use to us, potentially. Currently more of a left winger than he is a left midfielder. No tackling, no marking. He's probably not going to be coming back a whole lot. Doesn't have any traits saying he won't come back, but I'm not thinking he's going to be a particularly defensive player. Considering we have Chris Hussey behind him, and he likes to run with the ball down the wing, left back might, or the left side of the pitch, might be slightly problematic for this game. I think the only thing really to do now is to jump in and show you what is going to be our first 11 in this save. we're going to go Jake Turner, the new goalkeeper, in goal. Sean Long keeps his place in the team, along with Charlie Raglan and Ben Tozer, and Chris Hussey, so the defence is actually unchanged. Matthew Blair, again unchanged. Liam Sercombe stays with the club. We do add Xavier Simons on loan from Chelsea, hoping he can really step up. And we also add Keelan O'Connell on the left-hand side. He doesn't have a number yet, so we'll have to add that. George Lloyd is up front, playing the pressing forward. And then, hopefully, I think what may well be the main man, Sekou Jane, up front on loan from Bristol City. Bench, Flinders Boyle, Thomas, Adai, Hossana, I'm still not sure how to say that name, Kalala, and Andre Burley. Calvin Kalala did actually get an injury in one of the friendly games. He picked up a bruised thigh against Sunderland, which was only a week ago. So he's literally just come back this day. He will be on the bench because obviously Chapman is injured, May is injured. We're missing wingers. Adai could go out there, but I'd rather have an actual winger on the bench. Thomas covering the centre, two centre mids. Burley's covering just pretty much the whole defence, and Boyle covering centre backs. Adai is going to be the backup striker, which we don't have any more right now anyway. So we're having to work with that. We will get it actually to our game now, with the one game in the way. Forest Green and Bolton should be two of the sides towards the top of the table. So we'll keep an eye and see how that one goes. But finally actually being ready to get into the first game of the season. It's been two pretty lengthy streams, which is why I wanted to take some time to actually get to the first game, because there's only so long that you can keep doing a pre-season and people will actually be interested in watching. I think people want to see how the team performs, people want to watch matches, so it's what we're now giving. Forest Green actually beat Bolton 3-2. Is that Duncan Watmore? Wow, okay. He's playing for Forest Green now. That's his first Forest Green goals come in the same game. He's going to be a very dangerous player. But we are finally ready to jump into our first game of the save. He wants us to play cautious against Bradford. They're playing 5 at the back. Lee Novak, slightly worried about him. He's a very tall striker. Wants me to make 3 changes. We're not going to do those. Simons is already in the team, just wants him to play a different role. I'm not going to go with any of those. We are going to stick with kind of what we've got here. There is apparently a major issue in there. We're good on goals from long range and touches to shots conversion, weak influence. Opposition goals from long range shots. I'm not surprised, this game loves the long shot. Opposition final third entries in the middle. I see Sercombe's not going to be in position. Simons is the man that we're hoping will at least cover around in here. If we need him to sit back a bit more, I can always set him to defend. But for now, I think we're going to leave it on support. We're going to play balanced. I'm not sure what this is saying is filtered. Not sure. We are going to give 2 squad numbers out to the 2 new players. Feel like I could take 13. If anyone is wondering, number 21, I always leave it open, because that is, I would say, my personal number. 21's my favourite number, so I keep it open, and if I happen to come across a player who is either playing really well or is just a fun player or something, then I might give them the number 21 as kind of marking them out as the special player. And then every other number is just pretty much randomly given out. So the lower numbers towards the defenders, higher numbers towards the attackers, when you get sort of through the 1 to 11, and then anything after that is kind of random, unless they want a certain number. But it's opening day nerves. Cheltenham versus Bradford, as they go 5 at the back to try and counter our 4-4-2. Don't know why that's come up, but we are going to get our settings in. So we are going director. Not sure why I can't change the camera. Playing on key, which is fine. Okay, these actually do have... This is my settings really anyway. I'm not sure why I can't change the... not sure why I can't change the camera. Hopefully, this camera looks alright actually anyway. Tozer's taken the throw in. Blair's gone back to him. It's looking like a good start. Hopefully Tozer will come back towards the centre-backs. Hussey out wide to O'Connell. Keelan's done a good bit of skill past the wing-back there. And I'm not sure what that was. He's pulled it back straight to the Bradford player. So, I mean, this is lovely football. Lloyd to Matty Blair. Bit of luck. Oh, we've hit the post. We have hit the post. Very good start, though. It's a very good start. Promising. Let's hope that we get some more chances. I'm not sure what's happened there. It's cut in and Turner's bobbling the ball in his hands. That is definitely concerning. We've gone to go short, nothing doing. Turner goes long. Janny's got a knock. George Lloyd's in, though. Great block. Still got it. Don't know if that was the highlight. That may well have been the highlight. Or it's theirs. It's their highlight. Tate is in. That's a good block. It rebounds to Tate and Turner makes a good save. Bit of bad luck on that one, but we get away with it. That's counting as their 2 shots so far in this game. Janae has picked up a knock, which is really annoying. Hopefully we can get him to half time. That's a good ball. Simons to Blair. Blair's got a bit of room to work with here. Right back's going to help him as well, long. Blair's cut inside. Blair's getting very lucky, except his luck has run out. That is a terrible ball, and now Tate could be in. We've done well blocking him off for now, but some good football in here. I mean, that's a great tackle. Simons gets it away. Janet's not going to win anything. He's injured. I don't know what he's hurt. I should probably look. I mean, Lee Novak's just turned our left back. That's a great ball in. It's good header by Long. And that's offside? Yes. Ooh. First goal, but it's offside. Thank goodness for that. Poor groin. That's not good. That's not good for Jane. And we'll probably take him off at half time. I want to get him through to the half. And then we can bring Alex Adai on and let him run. Probably put Lloyd as the advance forward, potentially. We'll bump off this and say we've been the better team. I believe we have been the better team. It's been a bit of a flat first half, really. Not a whole lot has happened. We'll throw Adai on for the injured Jane. And hopefully we can actually have a shot on target. That would be quite nice if we could have a shot on target. We'll try encouraging the team. They like that, except McConnell, who didn't respond at all. We've had chances. We just can't get anything on target. Their goalkeeper is very, very bored. 7 shots, absolutely none on target, and they've had 3. We've just had 2 shots on target, apparently out of nowhere. We've definitely been the better team. You can't argue that. I think we probably want to give a little rest to Simons, because he is only young, so we don't want to play him excessively. Absolutely nothing has happened in the second half. Plus he's got a yellow card. Absolutely nothing. Again, O'Connell's only just arrived, so we'll put Kalala on. And this may be a very anticlimactic start to the season. It is. I mean, that is a very anticlimactic start to the year. Very, very, very anticlimactic. We'll say we were unlucky. I think we were the better team. A point against Bradford it's no bad thing, but it's frustrating that I think we probably should have got more than a point out of that game. We played well. Turner made 1 reasonable save. I don't know. I think I can rightly be slightly frustrated that we haven't won that game. Not enough on target. Very, very few shots on target. Only 2 each. Unfortunately, Janneh picks up a knock. That is a start for Notts County and Harrogate. 2 of the teams meant to be down the bottom. One wins 4-0, the other wins 3-0. That is a creative top 2. Janneh is going to miss a week, so he might actually not miss a game. A little bit harsh on Alex Adai though. This is only our first game with him, so obviously he's had a bit of a scoring drought before this. We may potentially look at a striker. Not too sure at the moment. I don't think we're going to look at too much of the Sunderland team. A few Leeds players. Quite a few Leeds players. Fulham, Brighton. Yeah, I think potentially if we keep struggling goals, then we're going to have to start looking at strikers. I'm hoping George Lloyd can at least chip in with a few occasionally. Janneh, we're hoping he doesn't injure himself every single game, which is so far what he's doing, so that's not very useful. Adai is going to be a difficult one, because he is here mostly to just run around. I'm not expecting him to score a load of goals. He's more the please just run around and put the opponent under pressure. And then we're almost waiting on Alfie May to come back. So I think he is going to be the one player that we can maybe lean on to get a few goals for us. So that's the hope. We've got a full week until we go to Wrexham, who are supposed to be the team that are going straight down and they shouldn't even challenge anyone. In Football Manager terms, that means you're going to have an absolutely horrible game. You might win, but you're going to stress. So we'll see how all of this goes. Into August, as we finally start to make some form of progression in this save. I think hopefully everything should become a lot more interesting once we actually start getting into the save. There was a lot of pre-season work. It just tends to be how I play Football Manager. I do a lot of stuff in the pre-season. I look at a lot of things outside of the season. Once we get into the season, though, I tend to get through it quite quickly. So the progression should definitely speed up from roughly now. And we just hope that the team decides to actually play well, but we'll see what they decide to do, really. So if they decide they don't want to play well, then we could be in for a very long season. I don't know how long it's going to take to process into the 1st of August. Again, if you are viewing, welcome. Thank you very much. Do pop up in the chat. Either let me know what team you support, how your day's going, just anything you want to put in the chat. So long as it's not rude. Constructive criticism, put that in there. I want to be able to work on this. I want to be able to make it better. I know the audio isn't brilliant right now. I think I've said that in every stream. I am going off of the microphone with the webcam that comes in a laptop. So it isn't the best at picking up voices. It's working though, which is always a good start. I think that game also didn't look like it was running particularly well. It looked a little bit jumpy, so I hope it wasn't too bad actually on the stream. As we look at what is coming up in August. Wrexham first, MK Dons in the Cup. That's the League Cup. And then Harrogate, Grimsby, Accrington and Northampton. No midweek games in the league, which is nice. Connor Thomas has 100% passing. He played roughly 5 minutes. But with that lack of games in midweek, the only way we're going to have midweek games is if we get past the MK Dons in the League Cup. League Cup is obviously not my priority. If we can pull off one surprise result and get past the Dons, then, I mean, I'm not going to say no, but I'm also probably not going to put out a particularly strong team for that game, because then we're going to have played Wrexham on the Saturday. We're going to be playing the MK Dons on, I think it was the Tuesday, to then have to play Harrogate on the 14th. I don't want to tire out the first team because the league is 100% my priority. I think if we want to do well in the league, we've got to win these next 2 games. Probably even the next 3 games. I think we need to be beating Grimsby as well. So these next 3 games in the league, pretty important. Maybe we can draw one of them. But I am basing this off of the season preview, and the amount of times that the season preview is horribly wrong, I probably shouldn't be. We'll look at the table about 10 games in and be able to pick up who are the good teams, who are the bad teams. But then you also know that one team's going to turn it around and come flying up the table, and one of the teams at the top is going to come charging down the table at some point. So we're not too concerned about where everyone is. But it's always useful to know. It's always useful to have an idea of what you're coming up against. But according to the preview, Wrexham should be the worst team in the league. It looks like they have lost their first game as well, since they are down in 21st. So they'll have lost their first game of the season. Hello, welcome. Any new viewers? We have played our first game of the season. You didn't miss anything. We had a 0-0 draw with Bradford in a second half where nothing happened. So you've probably joined at about the right time. Archie Woodall's turned 17. I don't think we're going to be keeping him around. Slight drop in season tickets, but I think that was expected, since Cheltenham's last season was so bad, coming 20th, that you are going to get fans who just decide that they're not going to turn up. The game's going to see that as, wow, they did really badly, let's have less people going. It's realistic. People will have given up going. But hopefully we're going to make them regret it. We're going to prove that this Cheltenham team is still good and can still at least challenge for the playoffs. Whether we actually make the playoffs or even, everything crossed, potentially get promoted automatically. Whether we can do any of that, I don't know. It'd be quite nice if we could. But this first season is very much a judging season. Or even the first 4 months of this season, or 5 months of this season, are going to be very much judging the team, seeing where we're at. And then January we can make at least a couple of moves and move on any players we're not liking, try and bring in a couple of players to just lighten the team up a little bit, or brighten the team up rather, and then go through the rest of the season. The main thing we're hoping for is that we stay up. If we're battling relegation, we've done something majorly wrong. But it wouldn't surprise me either. Because the amount of problems I have with this game, I don't know how everyone is going, oh, Football Manager, yeah, no, 21, yeah, it's too easy. I've got multiple promotions with a team. I'm in the Premier League with like Scarborough. I'm just left thinking, how? I can't even get, a team that's supposed to get promoted, I can't even get them in the top half. What am I doing so wrong that everyone else just looks at the game and goes, oh yeah, no, I've won the Champions League with Woking. Pretty sure. Yeah, there was a reference there. You'll get it. You'll get it. Sorry that this processing seems to be taking a while. I think it's because I'm streaming as well. The game, I didn't realise the game would run this slowly whilst I was streaming. So that is slightly unfortunate. I'm going to try and get in as many games as we possibly can. Hopefully it won't take an incredibly long amount of time. Ah, here it is. The Papa John's Trophy. Who have we got? Crawley, Ipswich, and the Norwich under-23s. That's not too bad a group. We could potentially get through that, but again, another competition that I really do not care for. We will see. We'll see. We'll get through the first game of that competition, and depending how we do, I think, is going to depend on what strength team I put out in that. I know there is a rule in that competition that they said that you have to keep a certain amount of your players from the previous league game in the team for that next game, because they realised that everyone was just putting out the youth teams because nobody cared about the competition. I have to say, I don't think... It looks like we're playing Crawley first, which is probably the best outcome. Because if we win that game, then we can potentially go for it a little bit more against whoever we play next. Actually, I've just realised it's going to be Ipswich Norwich. They've managed to draw Ipswich versus Norwich in the Papa John's. That's quite a fun one. But also, Nuno Espirito Santo becoming Club Bruges manager in the game. He used to always become England manager in FM20, didn't he? Doesn't seem to have worked out very well for him here. Down in Belgium. Not a bad division, a team that does make the Champions League, so you could almost see it as an upgrade from Wolves. I'm not sure I'd personally call it that, but there we go. Definitely, yeah, you can tell I'm playing on a laptop. The processing is a lot slower than I expected it to be. might potentially have to take off some leagues and see how that goes. That might be what we do. Also, I do keep saying this. No one seems to have taken the hint yet. If you are viewing, please do jump in the chat. It's a lot easier for me to talk about things if you guys, or girls, I don't know, if you're in the chat, putting things in there, either if you want my opinion on something, or you just want to talk about any games, sport, anything like that, do jump in the chat. Oh, here we go again. Takeover rumours not to be believed. Recent speculation is just that. This game loves a fake takeover. Loves it. It really loves a fake takeover. Should just christen it the fakeover, I think. Does love doing that. There we go, that's a bit quicker. Obviously with Wrexham, we're probably hoping to go a little bit more attacking. And Chris Hussey didn't have the best of games at left back. Every other defender seemed to play really well, which is good. I think left back might be a bit of a problem position for us this year. We have 3. 2 of them are 32 and the other one's 21. And neither of them are great. So there might be a lot of chopping and changing at left back and just trying to find who does the best for us and who is reasonable enough to fill the position until either we try and do something in January if we're able to bring them, we can maybe bring in a different one, or we get to the end of the season, a lot of them will then leave, potentially all 3 left backs leave, and then we're able to get a couple of new ones that are hopefully better. Well, I'm definitely fine working with Sean Long. He's looked good in the first game, played very well. And then Hassana, I think, looks like a good backup. Very much more of an attacking fullback than everybody else. But we'll see how it goes. So we can go with right now. Yeah, I've definitely noticed that in the time I was playing this off stream, it definitely runs a lot better, which is unfortunate. I would like this to go quicker in between games, because it is taking a good couple of minutes each process and it's only going a few hours. So I do realise that is a slight problem. But I may well get rid of a few leagues. Probably after this stream, I will remove a few leagues off of this, and hopefully that will let the game run a little bit quicker. Because there are going to be a lot of leagues that I'm either not going to look at, or I'm definitely not going to go to. So we can just take those off, and then we can work with what we will have in, which will be still still pretty much all of the big divisions. Because I do want to make this a journeyman style, I guess. It's not a complete journeyman, but it gives us options. If we decide that we want to try and take Cheltenham a long way, and we want to try and get them into the higher reaches of the Football League, potentially even the Premier League, then we can try and do that. If we decide that it's going to be best to move on, then we can move on. 2 days away now. We are getting there. I'll definitely look to remove some leagues after this stream. Hopefully speed the game up a little bit. Actually, I could do it now. I could look to do it now. Might not be the worst thing. I will say, if you are watching this expecting an amazing team, someone who's amazing at the game, you're the wrong person. If you just want to watch it for someone playing it for enjoyment and also probably getting really angry at the game because they keep losing, then you're at the right place. I am slightly worried when we get to the transfer deadline that could take a very long time. Actually, the MK Dons game is a Wednesday. So it's actually the day after the slightly longer gap. We are approaching the Wrexham game. First away game of the season against what is apparently the worst team in the league. I mean, it will be the most Football Manager thing for me to lose this game. This would just be extremely Football Manager-like for this to go horribly wrong. We've done some defending, we've done some attacking, we do some more attacking. We do some more attacking there. I think we decided we're going to try and attack. I guess when we are attacking, we should have a reasonable amount of players getting forward. It's not like nobody's there. That first game, we just didn't. I would say we didn't take our chances. We didn't even put our chances on target. So that's a real problem when you're not even getting your chances on target. So hopefully, main thing to take from this Wrexham game is hopefully we start to hit the target a little bit more. Else it is going to be a very long season, a very frustrating season. Because I think we were the better team against Bradford. Would personally say that. Put anything on target. Only we had 2 shots on target in a very close together span in that second half, but not good enough to be a highlight. They defended very well. They got a lot of blocks in. We defended pretty well. I think the only real chance they had that was onside, we blocked it at least twice before Turner saved it. So it's good to see the defenders looking good. I do also tend to build from the back. So sometimes we're not the most entertaining team, or when I'm managing a team in this game, we don't become the most entertaining team to watch. Well, I always think if you're solid at the back, you don't need to score as many goals. If you're building from the front, you've got to score a lot. If you build from the back, if one chance happens to go in the back of the net, you're going to win a lot more games than you lose. Although you are then risking that if you do happen to concede a goal, then you're in some trouble. Yeah, I'm definitely going to remove some leagues off this. I didn't realise how much the streaming would slow the game down. So I will be making those changes. I probably will do it after the stream. I want to keep some kind of momentum going for this. Because the previous 2 streams have been a bit stop-start. So I'm going to try and keep this one rolling, really. at least once we can get into games, at least we have the entertainment of the match, then we can move on. Ellis Chapman's back in training, which is good. Question is, do we try out the young Freeman at left back? Hussey wasn't brilliant in that first game. So do we try and give a chance to a younger player? I'll say that the players that are training well for us seem to be the players that I brought in. And the ones who are doing badly were already here. I think that's because of that very first team meeting in the first day when I annoyed them all. By mistake. I didn't mean to annoy them all. We are finally at the day of the game. So at least with midweek games, there'll be shorter gaps between the matches. So hopefully we can get through against the MK Dons just to have some more games, really. Especially because every other league's getting underway around about now. Well, a lot of the leagues are getting underway around about now. Then the game does start to slow down. And the transfer window's still open. So it's still doing transfers behind all of this as well. It is a little bit slower. So hopefully once we get out of August, game speed should pick up a little bit. But for now, we're going to keep some form of momentum going. We're going to keep it rolling. And we should be on the Wrexham game any moment now. Famous last words. Really is famous last words. Come on, game. You can do it. You're only going to 3 o'clock. We got to 1 o'clock. It's close. Seems that the Cheltenham fans want Chapman back in the team. He is fit to play, maximum 60 minutes. I think it's too early. He literally came back yesterday. The staff already want a formation change. I mean, that was quick. It's been 1 game. They must be cautious. That's an odd one. So Hussey wasn't great, Sercombe wasn't great, O'Connell wasn't great. I think Chapman can probably go on the bench. There's also a glitch when you pull somebody onto your bench that, yeah, I don't know why it does that, but it does. Jane, do we risk Jane? I think we probably will. I think we're going to give Connor Thomas a start ahead of Sercombe. Put him as a box-to-box. Chapman, yeah, I'm not going to risk. Jane, I will risk. And we are going to risk Freestone at... No, we're not. What? Why have we just put Freestone? What's happening? What's just happened? Hang on. There he is. I seem to have made all the... There we go. I seem to have dragged the wrong thing there, but we're good. We're good. We're good. Sam's going to come off the bench. We'll put Chris Hussey onto the bench. We're going to give Freestone a go. I'm going to see how he does. The rest of the team's going to stay the same. McConnell's lacking a bit of match sharpness. And hopefully, this is a game we should be winning. But you never know. We're wearing blue. We're in the blue for this one against Wrexham. Chelsea versus Wrexham. And we've got a straightaway kick-off highlight. Which I don't know whether to be happy or sad about. And Jane's had a go, it's been blocked. Thomas with a beautiful ball. And that might be one of the fastest goals I've ever seen. George Lloyd in 18 seconds gives us the lead. I mean, we couldn't have started more perfectly if we tried. Very happy with that. Very quick start. My teams never tend to start very quickly, so extremely happy with that. Turner's had a good start. Just giving him a 7. There's only been one shot on target. Must have been a hell of a save. The rain's stopped, which is nice. Interesting pass from Simons back to the goalkeeper. I can see Freestone just hoofing this. He has, but he's played an absolute wonder ball to Jane, who's hit it straight at the keeper. Freestone, positive. That is a very positive start for Lewis. If he can keep that up, that would be brilliant. Let's encourage the team. We're happy with them so far. Lloyd didn't have the best reaction. Blair didn't have the best reaction either. Blair has a go. Missed, apparently. They're looking a little bit nervous right now. They're looking a little bit worried. Though they're definitely still in this game. We're not completely dominating them. It's reasonable domination, though. A blink and you've missed it opening, and that's where we are at half-time. We'll just tell them we're pleased, but there's more to come. And Wrexham might have a blink and you'll miss it chance too. Tozer heads away. We've actually got it to Jane. The strikers have actually gone a little bit backwards here. Jane's coming forwards. He's got a player out wide. Jane tries to go himself, and that wasn't brilliant. And that was the highlight. I don't know why it's showing that, but okay. My forwards apparently just want to get injured. Bruised foot for George Lloyd. Adai is getting playing time just purely through injuries. The amount of injuries we've picked up is just meaning that Alex Adai actually gets to play. Not through any other reasoning. Forest Green look like an exciting team this season. Raglan with a good header on the free kick. I mean, it's a great save by Turner. I'm pretty sure that's their centre-back. If that had fallen to anyone else, it was offside anyway. If that falls to a forward, that's in the back of the net. That marking was terrible. But we are now going to throw on Ellis Chapman. Long's not having the best game. And of course it's the game where I don't have Hosanna on the bench. I'm definitely going to play Hosanna in the cup. That's the wrong button. We're going to go a little bit cautious to end the game. I'm going to make another change. Simons and Thomas are on yellows. Serkin's not really going to be the best player. Do I go... Oh, we might be doing this. We might be doing this, you know. We're going to pause. We seem to have a corner. We're going to annoy everybody here. Will Boyle's going to come on for Seiko Jane. We're going to chuck Boyle at the back. Adai's just going to be a rat there. And Simons is going to go on defend. And we are just going to... Oh no, it's actually their throw-in. Haha. I know what I'm on about. Chapman with a good header, they clear it. If they score now, I'm going to look an absolute idiot. Freestone does well. He's played really well, actually. Been very pleased with Lewis Freestone. Ball over the top. Jani gets there, wins a corner. I think that was just a highlight because of the substitution. It was. I mean, if they score now, I'm going to look like an idiot. What did I just say? If they score, I'm going to look like an idiot. I mean, we have the ball. They're pressing because they know they've only got 2 minutes to score right now. Freestone's ball is headed by a die, but nobody's there to help him. I'm going to heavily regret this, aren't I? They've started charging forward. I mean, that is a ball. I knew I was going to live to regret that. That is a hell of a cross from their right back. That's an unbelievable cross. That's frustrating. That's really frustrating. We put 3 centre-backs in and they couldn't deal with that. What a ball. A goal within 18 seconds of the game kicking off, and then the equaliser in the 93rd. That is end to end right there. Lloyd's out for 2 to 3 days. Fair play to Freestone. I thought he played really well. I think he might be winning the left-back battle right now. But that is... Oh, that's annoying. That is the summary of my time with Football Manager right there. No, I can't spend it over. That is the summary of my time with this game. We're going to jump into the leagues quickly. I'm going to get rid of some. Like Belarus 2nd Division, we probably don't want that. Belgium 3rd tier, we don't really want that. Brazil 3rd, we don't want that. Bulgaria 2nd, no. Didn't take that one away for some reason. Denmark, we don't want. We don't need the 2nd and 3rd tier of Denmark. We don't need the 2nd tier of Finland. We don't want amateur football in France. Hungary probably don't want the 2nd tier, or Iceland. Israel, I don't think we want the 2nd tier. Northern Ireland probably don't want the 3rd tier. Norway, we don't want the 3rd tier. Portugal, we don't want that low. I didn't actually know Portugal went that low. Romania, we don't want to go that low. I only loaded all these because normally it runs okay. But because I'm streaming as well, it's really slowed the game down. And I didn't think about that. But it is very much a note taken that I can't load this many leagues because it will not work. I think that's probably alright. So a bunch are going to come off mostly in 2022. A lot of them aren't going to be from the year actually. So this first season may be a bit of a slow run, but we are getting rid of them. Hopefully as they gradually start to go away, hopefully things will speed up a little bit. But frustrating, I think, is what we can call this start to the season. Could have been worse. We could have lost the 2 games. But frustrating. A lot of little injuries. We just need to get a win. Get a bit of confidence. Just need a little bit of confidence. Frustrating start. League Cup next. MK Dons at home. It gives us a chance. I did say I wanted either a Championship team or a League 2 team, so the game gave me a League 1 team. But it gives us a chance. They're definitely a beatable team. If we can stay solid at the back like we have been for, 90 minutes of one game and 93 minutes of the other. Unfortunately, there was a 95-minute game. But if we can stay solid again against the MK Dons, they're definitely beatable. I wouldn't see why we couldn't beat them. Lack of creativity maybe would be why we wouldn't beat them. But I think we might take Simons out for this game and go a little bit more attacking. Frustrating. If we decide to go a little bit more aggressive with the midfield, so rather than having a deep line playmaker, we'll just have somebody playing. We'll have the two midfielders that are actually the ones that like to get forward. We might even play Chris Clements this game. I think I am going to use a few of the substitute players for this game. So I do want to get them some game time. Does it give us less of a chance of winning? Maybe not, to be honest. Because I think our bench has got players on it that are useful. I'm not sure it's worth having the two starting strikers either, if I'm going to have almost backup midfielders. So I don't know how many chances we're going to be able to create. So a Dye will most likely start, and then it will be... I'll probably give Lloyd the rest because he got hurt in the Wrexham game. Janney got hurt in the Bradford game, which didn't help either. But if we start Janney and maybe bring Lloyd on, this is the problem with Alfie May's injury of him being out for so long, is that we are kind of... we don't want to get another striker because when May does come back, I don't want to be sat here with 5 strikers trying to juggle between them. Richard Keogh plays for MK Dons. That centre-back pairing, Richard Keogh. Ooh, that is not a young defence right there. It is definitely not a young defence. Again, any suggestions anybody has, pop them in the chat. Stay interactive. If you're enjoying the save so far, I know it's maybe a little bit slow so far, but now we're figuring stuff out. Now we're getting into the season. Things should start to pick up. If you're enjoying it, please do hit the follow. I'm most likely going to be streaming every afternoon, GMT time. It won't always be Football Manager. I'm going with Football Manager for now, just to get going. And then we'll work from there on any of the games people want me to play, or any of the games I have that I think would be good to stream. I think you can really stream any game, really. So just any suggestions anybody has, do let me know. And I can look at streaming those. I will just be streaming off my laptop. So any computer games, really, rather than console games. But we'll at least get a decent amount into this before we start looking at other games that we'd like to play, or whether we want to have another save set up as well. We'll get into this first. And we're hoping that eventually I can win a game on stream. Although I also haven't lost any games on stream yet, so I have that going for me. Have that stat. Our under 18s get off to a good start, beats Cheltenham Town 2-0. Oh, Llewellyn scored again, which is good. He seems to be doing the best out of our youth players so far, with scoring-wise anyway. A good start for them. It's not good when your under 18s win a game before you do. They want Sean Long to start, but I think that was on about the league game. Dons are the favourites, but it's not... It's fairly big favourites, but it's not huge. It's overturnable. So we're very much hoping we can we'll pull off some kind of surprise in this game. Don't know what kind of a surprise that would be, but we're hoping we can do something. Do a bit of comes up there. Cool. Just wanted to check that all that was working. It does. Not that I can remember how to clear the chat. I did know how to do it, and I've forgotten. Yeah, I did know how to clear the chat, and I've completely forgotten how to do it. So that's good. My testing is just sat in the chat now. Oh well. That can just sit there, that's fine. There you go, get in the chat. It's very nice of you to be sat watching. Jump into the chat, people. Want to get some conversations going as well. I can do that all from there, can't I? I'm just finding things out. This is my third stream and I'm still trying to discover stuff. That's not a good thing. Your goalkeeper being in the team of the week is not necessarily a good thing. I think in our case it probably was a good thing. In most cases, that is not normally good. We're not playing till the Wednesday. I don't know why, but we're not. So a load of the cup. See, if we can get some Premier League against that, it would be pretty useful for us. If we can make a cup run, brilliant. If we don't make a cup run, it's not a problem. Any surprises? Not immediately. Morecambe have knocked out Lincoln. I feel like that's a bit of a surprise. Wayne Rooney scores a penalty for Derby to knock out Salford. I don't think there were so many surprises there. But we will finally get into our game. I think quite a few games happen on the Wednesday as well. I don't think we're being given any special treatment. Not a whole lot of goals in those games, to be honest. I don't know if this is to do with the patch, if they've made defenders all a bit too good now, and that just nothing really happens. Don't know if that's the thing. And we're back. Still waiting for it to actually process onto the game. We're getting there. Slow progress, but we are getting there. Again, I did mention a little bit earlier, but for any new viewers, getting a bit dark, I had to put a light on. Any new viewers, I loaded up what will be a normal save database for me, which is a lot of the leagues loaded. Turns out the game runs a lot slower when you're streaming. So I have put the removal of some leagues to happen, but that's not happening until at best December, where some of the summer leagues will get removed, and then the others won't be removed until about July next year. So a little bit long, unfortunately. And once we get through some of these games, especially when we start to get playing midweek as well, we're going to have a lot more happening. And here we are, next game. MK Dons at home. They want us to play defensive. That's not happening. We're already too defensive. We already don't score. And we're going to give Flinders a game. I can't imagine he's going to be very good, but, you know, this may well end up being pretty wholesale changes for the team. Burley is pretty quick. Boyle is not, so we're actually going to swap those two around. Kalala can play right. Oh, no, no, no. Oh, no, it did do it right. I thought I'd put the wrong person in then. Widowson's down to 1.5. I don't think we're going to play Widowson. I think we're going to play Hosea left back. I think Widowson's done. I don't need Raglan and Tozer. Circum can come back in. He's going to be a regular central midfielder. And Chris Clements can get a game. He can play as deep lying, which is what he wants to do. We're going to start Chapman and we'll see how he does. And then we'll start a Dye and Jane. We'll put Blair on the bench instead of O'Connell. O'Connell's had a pretty bad start to the season, which is unfortunate. Other than that, we've got Thomas. Yeah, we'll give Sanders complete rest. We'll go with that. A lot of changes for this League Cup game. MK Dons are probably going full strength. Yeah, Wellington. I mean, it looks pretty full strength to me. Can we give the fans something to cheer? Matty Blair liked that. He was professional about it. Everyone else didn't care. They were calm. Calm is good. We're not too pent up about the whole occasion. It's not really an occasion. We're playing MK Dons. They're not exactly great. We seem to quite enjoy encouragement. We do enjoy encouragement. That is good. Positive for Chris Hussey there. It's good to see. Again, the opposition, most of their shots are on target and ours are just not. A lot of shot blocks as well by the opposition. The opposition defenders seem to block everything. And here come MK Dons. I got confused. I thought they were going the other way. Teller's just run around everyone, bursting out wide to Gladwin. And this isn't looking good. It's over the bar from Nuttall. That's not too bad. If we can limit them to that, if we can limit them to awkward headers, and it's cut in, we're slightly trapped in the corner here with Kalala. I mean, we are very trapped. Kalala's done very well there. He's done very, very well. Dice found Jane. Jane, I'm not sure who he's gone for there. If Kalala can get down the wing, he can. Reasonable ball in, but Lewington clears up. Two experienced centre-backs, and here come the Dons. Not brilliant. Can't put a challenge in. We try to put a challenge in and we miss. Mason's just gone past everybody, squares it, and that's 1-0. I mean, that is a lovely goal. That is a lovely goal. But again, I don't know. That's just a nice goal. I can't really say anything. We didn't really exactly put a challenge in, but and Jane's got to be offside there. He is. Nichols saves it anyway. Flinders has apparently made 3 saves, which I'm surprised by. Adai uses his pace. Kalala's going to try and get him using it again. I mean, that didn't work. Burley's going to sweep it up. What can we do from here? Long ball from Hassana. Gets the flick. Adai! Oh. Thought Adai was going to have a chance. At least we're starting to do something. That's a ball. The die flicks it. Jane is offside. Of course he is. Nice little flick from the die. We're definitely in this game. Very nicely worked goal from the MK Dons. We missed they were unlucky. Everyone got motivated. Sana does seem a little bit worried, which isn't good. I mean, I might put a little demand more out there. Hussey didn't react well, everyone else reacted pretty well. Again, shot-wise, just they're having all. It's just the AI has so many more on target than you. I don't know if it's because we're shooting from range. I feel like we wouldn't have any shots at all if we didn't shoot from range. It's difficult. Chapman's. Oh, I didn't put. What's it then? Chapman's going to come off. Matty Blair will come on. Koala will move to the left because I made a slight error there. They've got a free kick wide from Richard Keogh. "20 minutes to go. They've got a corner. And Dean Lewington's at the crossbar. I mean, their experienced centre-backs are getting chances right now. Can we do anything with this? Clement's ball in. The die's got there. Puts it across. Kalala. Oh. Jane can't get there. Yes, he does. So at least we've kept the ball. Not the best ball from Circle, but we've still got it. I mean, the run from Blair that's just been ignored there. And we keep. I mean, it's a great ball from Clements. I don't know why. I thought that had the most incredible curve on it in the world. We've equalised. It's a Dean Lewington own goal. That ball took a spin. But it's a Dean Lewington own goal and we're actually level. Although we might not be level for very long. Andrew's made a good run down the left. We haven't really tracked him at all. Everyone's gone inside. Blair's done well in the end. And Jane's got a die. A die's got pace. A die is in. A die has chipped it. Oh, it's off the line. That's unbelievable. I'm actually slightly stunned by that. That's an incredible clearance. That is a sensational clearance from Teller. And now they're in on a goal kick, on a kick out of the hands. Mason loses it to Hussey, but he keeps it, really. Teller with a ball in. I mean, Teller has just gone God mode, apparently. That clearance off the line was spectacular. MK Dons have decided to push forward now, by the looks of it. They don't want any extra football, and they won't get any. I mean, he's tightly marked, and he's hit it first time on the turn, and he squirmed it in. It feels like every time things start going right in a game, they just go, I mean, that was direct football. That was extremely direct. We almost scored about 5 seconds from kickoff. I'm going to throw Lloyd on for a die. And we're gonna just attack. We have to. Asana with a throw in. Blair's nodded it down, it's cleared away. Burley should get there, he has. And they've got a lot of people in the middle. So we do get it out wide. Asana swings it in. Jane's there! He's at the post. We've kept it in. And it's Circum who puts it over. Oh, it's not happening for us at the moment. It's really not happening. Hussey's look for Jane's. Only found Richard Keogh. I mean, frustration is building. That's beautiful football. Gladwin's going to cross it. It's blocked. Circum clears. I mean, they've still got it. I mean, they're still building here. Sana heads away. Can we win it back? Yes, we can. Kalala wins it back. We're charging forward. Lloyd into Kalala again. Serkin plays it through. It's Matty Blair onside. Denied by Nichols. I mean, how's this for excitement in the game? Lloyd towards Jane. Keogh heads away. Kalala from the edge. There we go. There it is. Finally, we've absolutely. They made it 2-1, and we have just been over them, and we just could not find the net. It's Calvin Kalala in the 90th minute. I mean, if they score now, 94th minute, this teller has caused us all sorts of problems, defensively and attacking wise. If they score now, the cross is blocked by Blair. Hosanna clears. It's coming back. It's not coming back. Thomas has swept it up. Here we go. Play it through. George Lloyd for the winner. Nichols saves. Rebound. Oh, what a turnaround. George Lloyd in the 95th minute. What a turnaround that is. And we're going to go through. I mean, that is an incredible ending. That is an absolutely incredible ending to the game. We've come from 2-1 down in the 90th minute to win 3-2 in regular time. We're going to go into the second round draw. Kalala 90th, Lloyd 95th. We're just nodding. We're nodding. We're happy. We've finally got a win, and it comes in the League Cup. I mean, that was an end. That was an ending to the game. All of a sudden, we're interested in the second round draw. Into it we go. Could we get a Premier League opposition? That would be huge. Especially this early on into management, to get a potential Premier League tie would be massive. Can we get one? I mean, surely that deserves something in the chat, surely. We can't get anything for a match ending like that. What a game. There's your entertainment. The game decided the entertainment that was lacking in the first two games, threw it all into the League Cup game. There it all was. There we go. Through to the second round of the League Cup. Maybe it is a cup run year. Maybe we do go for a cup run. Here's the draw. Ooh, okay. That's not bad. Swansea at home. That should bring in a reasonable crowd, you would think. They're not Premier League anymore. They have been. That's still a reasonable team to draw, though. It's not that far as well. That's almost a derby game. That's almost local. A couple more home games upcoming now in the league. Harrogate, and then a week, and then we play Grimsby at home. Harrogate have got off to a really good start, their first two games. They're up in third. I would argue that we should be a lot higher than we are right now. Table doesn't lie, though. Couldn't get anything on target against Bradford. Potentially a mistake on my part in the Wrexham game to put 5 at the back. Well, I don't think you can account for a cross like that from the Wrexham fullback. I don't think you can account for something like that. That was just an extremely impressive ball in. But we've shown some fight. We've had that moment against Wrexham. It's gone wrong. We've thrown away 2 points in the last minute. We've gone 2-1 down against the MK Dons, gone into the 90th minute, and we've scored twice. So at least we've shown character. We're showing some kind of fight, which is good. I'm also very glad. I can't remember with the League Cup. I think there is extra time. So I'm very glad we didn't go into extra time. Because that would have really taken out the players. Although, again, that was a majority backup team. Although we only turned it around when we brought on some of the first team players. So I don't know what to take from that game, really. It didn't feel like one of those games that you can take a whole lot from, but I think the biggest thing we can take is that at least we now know that this team has some kind of fight behind it. We're not just going to lay down. It is looking like this Harrogate game might be more of a test than I was expecting it to be. I'm going to be really jumping out there. I don't think we're really looking for any more players at the moment. I think unless something major happens, unless we get a big offer for someone or we get a big injury, I think we're probably pretty settled right now. I don't think that Kalala goal was a practiced set piece on the training ground. We put a ball in, they headed it away, and Kalala hit it in the back of the net. He just was in the right place. I don't think that was particularly arranged. As we now prepare for Harrogate Town. I would take a chill 1-0 win. The game would just like to supply that for me. It won't. But just a chill 1-0 win will do. But again, the way Harrogate started, we're going to have to play very well. Under 20, under 20s. Under 18, still doing well. A win over Warsaw, it's 2 out of 2. Owen Llewellyn scores again. Maybe we need to keep an eye on him. Here we go. Third league game of the season. Harrogate Town. So we're going to make a lot of changes back towards the original team. We might have to start considering using some of the substitute players a little bit more. Freestone played well against Wrexham. I think he can keep his place. Kyle scored, the only reason he's that high rated right now. Clement's actually played reasonably according to this, which is good. I don't think he was that good, in all honesty, but if it says he was good, I'm going to take its word for it. Yeah, we'll get Thomas fine. We'll get Thomas. Not boring. What am I on about? Chapman, I'm still slightly worried about him. O'Connell's not been very good. I'm hoping he can improve. And Lloyd comes back in for after his match winner. I need to start the bench a little bit. I think actually might put Clemens on there for Hull City. Everyone seems to be reasonably pleased fitness-wise. Sercone and Kalala aren't too sure about the tactics with the formation, apparently. But here we go for game number 3 of the league season. Crowds are back again. Always lovely to see. Both teams got off to a pretty quick start there. We'll encourage us again. Everyone seems to enjoy a bit of encouragement, except if you're Lewis Freestone, who apparently doesn't. We've got a free kick. Simons whips it in. It's a good ball. It's half-headed away. O'Connell's there. I mean, Janet is so far offside. We're in Cheltenham. He's in Bristol. He's back in Bristol. He's back at Ashton Gate, heading that one in. That was a very long way offside. That's a lot of space. That's a lot of space they've got right there. Good job that cross went so far back. Marking was appalling right there. We get away with it. It's been a very slow start on our part, but Harrogate do look like they might be a very impressive team this season. Well, they could well be that one that starts really well and drops off. Because there is always that one. Our pitch is not looking good. This is our 3rd game on it this season. I suppose we had about 3 friendlies on it too. We haven't played a whole lot on it, and the pitch is not looking good. We can put it that way. Slow build-up football so far. The winger was definitely an option there. We didn't use him. Blair's he's hoofed it, and the defenders missed the ball. Gianni with a good ball. That was a strike from Simons. It wasn't the best of strikes. He didn't hit it very cleanly, and Lloyd was in the way. We've got to demand more. We're not playing that well right now. They agree. Here we go. Simon's free kick towards the back post. That's a penalty. Okay. Yeah, we'll let Thomas take it. Connor Thomas is going to take the penalty. This is very important. This could turn the course of our entire No words. No words. Belshaw's going to be a problem, huh? Right. Okay, no problems. We missed a penalty. Another free kick. Simons, back post, headed away. Should pick that up with Freestone. We do. Who sends... is that a shot? I don't know what that was. I mean, that's a... Belshaw's a problem. Belshaw is a problem. Miller's just going around everybody. Long wins it off him. Get there. Good strength by Jane. And a good ball out wide to Blair as well. That was good. Jane has made a great run. Blair's just... I mean, O'Connell's done well there. But he took so long that the defender got back anyway. Late goal right on half-time would be lovely. Freestone with a good ball in and headed away. And now stop them, please. There we go. Again, half-time, 0-0. We've even missed a penalty in this one. Do the old hands on hips. No one seemed to bat an eyelid at my hands on hips. Thomas, you're probably not taking another penalty. They have a free kick now. They've gone short with it. Interesting. Are they going to send it in now? No. Are they going to send it in now? No. That was a strategy. Strange decision making there. And Blair's taking off Hall. I don't know what they were doing. Lloyd has Jane completely open, and Sekou Jane makes it 1-0. He's not offside. The linesman is way back. They might want to have a look at that one, to be honest. Win that. One on Freestone. It's headed straight back to them, though. We've all gone flying out. And they're just playing tiki-taka football. Guardiola's proud. Guardiola's looking at this. I mean, that is incredible. Harrogate equalised within about 3 minutes of us taking the lead. And that is just spectacular football. The movement they just did there. We didn't even get close to them. Bring Kalala on, he did score. Blair's been doing well. Well, Kalala did score in the last game. Apparently we have chosen drawing. You know what? I'm not going to berate. I'm going to demand more again. And then we're going to bring Sercombe on for Thomas. What do we have Sercombe set to? It's just central. It's just central, isn't it? I'm almost tempted to put him on attack. Very even game. Although we have a free kick. Simon swings it in back post and Raglan tight angle. Not a lot I could do with that. Very tight angle. I'm going to bring Simons off for Clements, who's going to go as a deep line playmaker. The yellow card's slightly worrying me with Simons. And unless we go and concede or score in the 90th minute again, it is going to be 3 games, 3 draws. I'm not happy. We've thrown away 2 leads in the last 2 games against teams that should be down the bottom of the table come the end of it. Yes. We could be with Northampton and Accrington. We take the lead and we just can't deal with it. We panic, apparently. We've got a team that likes to fight back, likes to come back, but when it has the lead, it doesn't really know what to do with it. Yeah, frustrating. This has been a frustrating start to the season, really. we could be on 9 points. Instead, we're on 3. 3 games, 3 draws. Then again, Bolton, second favourites, 14th. Doncaster favourites, 13th. So, let's not get too worried yet. That's Harrogate's first drop points as well. So, at least we took points from a team that had won every game up to that point. So we'll try and keep positive on that. Grimsby got a late equaliser against Morecambe, so they're going to be feeling a little bit better about themselves. They are just below us in the table. But, yeah. I think I said at the beginning of the season that we need about 2 out of the first 3 as wins. Hasn't happened. We're only 3 games in. Still another, 43 to go. So, a long way yet. Still a few things to figure out. Defensively looking pretty solid. We've only been cut open by a miracle cross and a very good move. We've not done anything particularly silly yet, which is good. When we get a lead, we need to actually hang on to it instead of chucking it away. And Jane gets his first goal for the club, and now he's out of the Grimsby game. And he might be out of the midweek following game. I think we've got a midweek game now. I believe it is in the Papa John's. No, actually, it's the Swansea game. It's the Swansea game in the League Cup. So we get Crawley first in the Papa John's, then it's Ipswich, and then it's the Norwich under 23s. That's not till November. We got a while for that. Again, a competition I'm not particularly worried about. Obviously, if we can do well in it, then I'm not going to say no. But at the moment, we have to turn to the league because we are not winning games right now. We are really struggling to actually win a game. It's not through want of trying. It's not through lack of effort or lack of ability. We're just lacking goals. I mean, we scored more goals in one League Cup game than we've scored goals in the league in 3 games. But we also conceded the same amount of games in one League Cup game as we've conceded goals all league season. So when we try and get a bit more creative, our defence kind of crumbles. Although you could say MK Dons are a League One team. Play like that against other teams, they're not going to score that many. You might score more because they're not as good. It's not how this game logically works. Well, we'll see. Potentially something we could try against Grimsby if I want to give Simons a little bit of a rest. If we try Serkin and Thomas in that midfield and then see how they get on. Does mean we are now down to 2 strikers. We are literally down to a Dye and Lloyd for this Grimsby game. So I'm not sure how much we can rely on our strikers scoring any goals. But hey, we can try. Under-18s Cup. The game does seem to have gone a little bit quicker. I don't know if that's just me making that up. But hopefully it has. We'll hopefully get a few more games in before the end of this stream. Not the end of August, because we've still got about 4 games to play this month. So we might not quite get to the end of August. We'll get close to it. If you are enjoying, if you are watching, please do hit the follow. It does help. Lets me know that I'm doing something at least vaguely right. If you are enjoying. Also do pop up in the chat as well. Again, whilst we're in between games, whilst we've been processing, just anything we can talk about, to put out there. I do feel like the game is running a bit quicker. I don't even think it's got rid of any of the leads yet. It does seem to be shifting a little bit more. We've still got a good amount of leagues loaded as well, which is nice. We've still got sort of 3rd tier in France, Germany, Spain, Italy, those kind of countries. We're still going 2nd tier in a few as well, and then the top tier. So if we do want to go to even a slightly smaller nation, we should be able to still do it pretty well. I said it was running a bit quicker, and now it seems to have slowed down again. So I don't know what's going on. And apologies if you can hear me taking a drink. Talking a lot dries your throat. I'm still not used to it. This is the 3rd stream. I'm still not fully used to the whole interaction thing, talking over things. It's easier once I'm into matches, so I'm talking about what's going on in the game. But when we're kind of in this bit, it's a little bit more awkward. I have also set up a Twitter account for this account, for my Twitch. At the moment, considering how to go about it. Obviously, with us just doing Football Manager at the moment, I could make it all about this save, or I can tweet about stuff that's going on in the real world, in the real world football, real world sports in general, real world gaming. Or I don't really know, really. I'm thinking about potentially making a Football Manager thing, but I don't necessarily just want to get trapped to this being the only game we play. Because I do want to make it a more general gaming channel. I'm not really going to be playing kind of like FIFA or Madden or those kind of things on here. One, I don't really enjoy them anymore because they're EA and the games don't play very well. B, I'm more into the realism of games, and I like the managerial style more than me having to control all of the players or having to control what goes on inside of it. I'd rather just manage things. So, any other game suggestions, anything like that, would be nice. We can start to work on that. My under-18s assistant manager is doing a coaching course. I'm not sure when I'll get my own personal badge. Will Boyle's got injured. It's not too much of a problem. So I'm not sure how long Continental C takes in game. I think it's about 4 months. So we should probably get it around about October, November time. And potentially in January maybe ask for the next one. Might have to do some negotiating and talking again. You never know. They might actually let me do it without telling me no initially. This does seem to have gone faster, as we are getting quite close to the Grimsby Town game now. We have gone a week. I think that's the fastest week we've had. So it's very positive. Quite a few people seem to have scored quite a few goals. I mean, like Michael Tate has apparently got 3. Well, he didn't score against us because that game was 0-0. So he's got 3 in his last 2. I think another thing with this team so far, we've had a lot of offside goals. Jane doesn't seem to quite understand the offside rule. We found him back in Bristol for that first goal against Harrogate. Now we've got another offer for a winger. Frankie Thompson-Brown. Honestly, doesn't look too bad, actually. Apologies for the silence there, we are back. At least silence parts aren't happening during games, which is good. I'm not sold on Xavier Simon so far. That's a technically gifted player. I don't know about him playing as a ball-winning midfielder and sort of leaving just one other midfielder. I think I might give him a rest for this Grimsby game. I think he might suit the Swansea game better. So we'll give him a break for this Grimsby game. We'll try and go a little bit more forward with the midfield. And then bring him back in for the Swansea game where we're going to be a bit more backs against the wall. Actually, we're going to have played 5 of our first 6 games are going to have been at home, including the 2 League Cup games. We've only had 1 away game, which was Wrexham. I'm not sure where in Wales Wrexham is, but that might not be too far. So we really haven't gone very far. Our next away game is Accrington, which is a little bit north. Still the right side of the country. It's very north. You've got Dortmund Bayern coming up in the save. Never know, we could be a part of that one day. That day is a very long way away, but we could be a part of that. I think I am going to go for this Thompson Brown. I think he looks okay. It does say there are some doubts that he might not improve a whole lot. But he's got good determination. I think we're going to go for him. I have to make this guy feel like he's at least doing something. You know, I have to make the director of football feel like he's at least succeeded at one point in his life. Or one point in his job. That was a bit harsh. But I feel like he's succeeded at one point. So I think this is about the best player he's come up with so far. We'll pop him in the under-18s. We'll let him play there. We'll see how he does. Might loan him out. Probably ideal to loan him out, actually. From Cheltenham Town. I have no idea where Cheltenham is. If anyone has any idea where that is, please let me know. Our under-18s are having a flying start to the season. Three games, 3 wins for them. If only I could say the same. As we now take on Grimsby Town at home. Now, Jane still has a knock. We will put him on the bench, because we just don't have any other strikers. Boyle's got a knock, so we'll put Hussey on the bench. It's an interesting idea as to whether I reward the team that beat the MK Dons. Do I reward them by playing them? Do I reward them by playing them in the game against Swansea? Well, they've done a good job getting us there. We're gonna start Ellis Chapman for this game. Actually, we'll put O'Connell on the bench instead of Jane. We'll give Jane a full rest because he's still not fully recovered. We'll put O'Connell on the bench to cover striker. Will look like that. So it'll be Thomas and Sercombe in the middle to try and be a little bit more aggressive in the midfield rather than having Simons playing a little bit further back. Where's point finger? Point finger. Go out there and impress me. Nobody responded. Nobody thought anything of that. That's always a good start. I'm going to curse us here. We haven't been behind yet in the league. That's a good ball from Turner, actually. That's a really good bit of play. Lloyd's got pressure on him, and that's a terrible cross from Chapman. We'll be honest, that is a terrible cross. And they're in. I mean, Williams he's just backheeled it. I mean, that is spectacular. They've got a backheel in there. They've got a 25-yard strike. It's not great from Jake Turner. It's not great. I've seen better goalkeeping. It wasn't exactly rocketed into his bottom corner. It kind of trundled into the middle right. And Grimsby, I mean, they've just pulled out another back heel. I mean, what is going on? What is happening here? I mean, Thomas has almost won that. He hasn't. They're just absolutely knocking it around. They're just knocking it around for fun. Deflection on the cross from Freestone, and Turner turns it round. Grimsby looking absolutely spectacular in the first 13 minutes of this game. 0.05 of a chance that goes in. Right. We're looking very bad right now. We're going to demand more from the players. They're going to sort of smile-ish at me and then proceed to do nothing to improve. As the game just kind of trundles by. I think we've got to go a bit more positive. They look like they started very positively. We're down to 19th right now. I think the relegation battle might actually be a thing. This would be a great time to score. It is a great time to score. It's Ben Tozer, the centre-back. I think that might have hit somebody on the way in. It looked like Tozer's header was kind of going back across the goal, but we'll take it. It's an equaliser. It's a much-needed equaliser. We'll thrash arms and say we're far from pleased. Apparently Lloyd's playing well up front. Sercombe's got an assist and Tozer's scored, so I'm not really looking at their player ratings. Is that Sean Scannell? That is actually Sean Scannell. He has got to be getting up there in age. We're definitely doing better now we've gone positive. Impressively, we, for a moment, had the exact same XG as each other. I don't really know where to go with this. The thing is, no one is apparently playing terribly. Honestly, Matty Blair hasn't really done anything, so I guess we'll go Kalala. They have a corner. I mean, again, what a header. That's a spectacular header. I know we didn't really see it. The angle was a bit weird, but what a header. From someone I assume is not English. I mean, McKeown's kicks are causing us problems right now. He is just searching for Williams every time. We've been caught out here. Good block by Chapman on the Elliott cross. And we've sent that nowhere. Lloyd's won the header, and he's actually found Sercombe with it somehow. And that's got to be a red. Waterfall is off. Cry him a river. He is gone. Don't go chasing waterfalls. It was actually waterfalls chasing us. And he's off. I mean, we need something. Thomas is playing terribly, but we're going to go with Chris Clements. And we're going to say, knock a few passes for us, please, buddy. We've got to go attacking at this point. We have to throw everything. They're down to 10 men. We've won a free kick. Kalala's won a free kick. Okay. Clements is over it. I mean, he's had a go. Simons is the free kick guy. He's not on the pitch. Down to 21st right now. It's not going well. Let's just chuck O'Connell up front. Apparently he's better than Adai as a striker. considering they are down to 10, we've not really had any chances. We've had a free kick. And it has not gone well. It is not going well in the league. 2-1 loss. We're going to thrash our arms again. We're not going to throw a water bottle. It's just frustrating. It's a poor bit of goalkeeping for the first goal. Weak 20-yard shot. Just rolls into the goal. And then the second goal is just an absolutely brilliant header that I don't think we could have done anything with it. Port Vale currently 4 games, 0 points. When do we play them? Can we play them, please? That is actually our first loss of the season, and yet we're still 21st, which is extremely concerning when our next league game is Accrington Stanley, who are second, and we're away. I think we're slightly concerned. Do we start to get concerned now? Are we worried? 4 games in and we haven't won a game. I think it's a problem that we can't score more than 1 goal in a game. That is definitely a problem, but when your strikers keep getting injured every single day, it's not helping. We're definitely going to need Alfie May back. Because it could turn out that he's no good either. But he's meant to be the best of the bunch. Worried that we couldn't score past 10 men. I mean, that is not good. They already have 3 notable criticisms. Ben Tozer's told them that I was angry. Cool. Guess who's not... I mean, Tozer did score. Centre-backs galore scoring in that game. Tozer scores for us, and was it Osman, or whatever his name was, for Grimsby, the centre-back. His header was way better. That was an incredible header. Someone said it was weird to see Ben Tozer starting. He is the captain. He is supposedly our second best centre-back. One of our other centre-backs had been injured during the week. I don't know why they're surprised to see Ben Tozer playing. But we have to admit, bad start. Bad start to the season. This game is unlikely to make it any better. I think maybe we are playing to just stay up this year. Oh, Nick Cerula. He was the one who scored that goal against Leeds at the weekend in the FA Cup. That was a lovely goal. At least we have a nice little mind number in the League Cup. Take our worries away from the city. Oh, we're actually 20th. Positives, we're not 21st. We're actually 20th. Oh, it's such a big game. We have a press conference. We've done better than people expected. Yeah, we can win. Why not? Positive reaction. Give us a chance. Sharp in training. Excited. Not prepared to discuss the team. Sure. Nobody cared. Literally nobody cared about that press conference. At least we know it's a big game. If we're getting a press conference, we know it's a big game. We're only likely to get those ahead of matches against Forest Green, any cup run games, and probably when we're about to get relegated. Oh, no relegation talk. We're fine. Minor changes will solve this. Minor changes and we'll be fine. The fact that we couldn't score against a 10-man Grimsby, I have no excuse for that. I do not have an excuse for that one. It's just not good. Feels like every time we score, the opposition just instantly reacts. Why are we having a... What? No. Why would we have a recruitment meeting now? 23rd of August, and we're going to have a recruitment meeting. We've only got a week left of the window. What are you doing? Why of all times would you do it then? You're supposed to do it at the beginning of the season. At least we only have one league game in the next 3 games. What Steve said. Oh, he's happy to let me talk about the stature difference. Okay. That's fine. Can we do it again? Can we shock Swansea? I'm going to say no. But you never know. Sometimes the game wants to give you a little cup run. This could be one of those times, especially because we're not winning in the league. Maybe we can get a cup run. This doesn't count as a cup run. We've won 1 game. A run, we need to be getting 3rd round. We need to have 2 wins. We need to be getting the big teams coming in. That's where we need to be. It's a nice little positive for us. Now we've had the concerning start to the league. Now we get to turn our attention elsewhere. Ben Tozer gets in the team of the week for his goal. I've never understood that with centre-backs. Why, if a centre-back or a full-back scores, does everyone put them in the team of the week? That's not their job. I swear a team could concede like 4 goals, lose 4-1, but if the centre-back scored the 1, they'll get in the team of the week. I mean, they're disappointed by the signing. So am I, to be honest. But you never know. Give him a chance. No, I don't know what I don't know. I'm just thinking it might stop him from signing more wingers. Because he just seems obsessed with wingers right now. He just seems completely obsessed with wingers. So hopefully, if I sign one, he'll move on and he'll look at a different position. As we now get to Swansea. So, the first thing we said was we want to put Simons in. We might play Boyle. Play Boyle over Tozer. Give Tozer a little break. Barely in. Got a yellow card in the first leg, in the first game. Hussey comes in. Sane comes in. You know what? Turn up for that awful attempt at a save in the first game, in that last game against Grimsby. Flinders will get his chance. Kalala scored in the first round. I don't know if Chapman's still wanting to get some fitness. Jane. You know what? Joe Widowson is going to get to sit there. Clemens in for Thomas. Lloyd and Adot. I mean, if we get even close to Swansea in this game, I'm going to be stunned. I'm putting the faith in the players that got us here. I don't think it's a particularly strong Swansea team. I think they've put out a few little backups. Or not. Bloody Theo Walcott's playing. Is that Andre Gray? Theo Walcott and Andre Gray are up front. Billy Gilmore's in midfield. Alright, maybe not. Although we've had the first shot of the game. I'm proud of us. Encourage. We're doing really well so far. Okay, Simons didn't like that. They have a free kick. Theo's over a free kick. Let's put it back to Bennett. Just don't let Theo run. There we go. Well done, O'Connell. Draws the mistake. Has found George Lloyd. I mean, that was a chance. I don't know if he tried to chip that. He kind of just kicked it at the goalkeeper. Which doesn't help. That doesn't help anybody. Anyway. Positive start. Good start. Walcott crossed by his header. That was nearly bad. That was nearly bad. But we're okay. We're fine. This is fine. We're absolutely fine. We're still going. We are very much in this game. They have not had a shot on target yet. We're doing good. We've got to half time. We've had a big chance with George Lloyd. They've had a good chance as well with Byers. But we are still here. And they've just passed us the ball. I mean, we've gone randomly along with that. That's Theo Walcott. That's Theo Walcott against Hassan. Hassan has done brilliant. I mean, I don't know what's happened there. Hassan has blocked the cross, and I think he's gone to clear the ball, and he's missed it. He has kicked thin air. He's not done well. We've had 5 shots, 5 on target. Nothing. Long throw from them, cleared away by Burley. If we can get some pressure on him here. Bernard does well. Boyle wins the header. But here they come. Our winger's gone charging forward. Our fullback doesn't seem to be bothered. That's a ball into Byers. Is he onside? Boyle does well. I'm surprised he was onside. Apparently he was. Boyle recovered very well. They've had a shot on target that didn't go in. Go us. Simons is struggling a little bit. Thomas can play ball winning. We'll try him as a ball winning. They're going to go long throw. Then they go down the line to Gray, puts in towards Walcott. He should not be winning a header. Thank God for that. And Grimes had a lot of space there. That was a lot of space for Matt Grimes. It's a great strike. They've had 3 on target. 2 have gone in. There's not a lot Flinders can do on either of them. Asana's just not enjoying himself at this point. My right back's not on the bench. Widowson's on the bench. He's very frustrated. He's in danger of losing his discipline. We're going to put Burley out to right back. We're going to bring on Raglan. Oh, Grimes goes to red eye. I don't want to risk getting a red card. Game's gone. Maybe we go balanced. Should we go balanced? Let's go balanced. Why not? Oh, we have a throw in. Bring Chapman on for O'Connell as our final change. All in. Headed away. Okay, still got it. Go on, Burley, back in. Burley back in. Oh my goodness. Right, out wide. Back in. No. Good ball for Hussey. Hussey gets it back in. And Alex Adai scores. Okay. Okay. Chapman. Ooh, nearly. Is that Dan Gosling? Oh dear. Oh dear. Oh no. Get there, somebody. Chake Bidwell. Grimes again, Andre Gray. Oh, Gosling wide. Okay. We're still alive. We've got to attack now. Send it. Send it for the last 5 minutes. Can we find an equaliser against Swansea? We've got a free kick. Hussey. Headed away. Boyle's going to pick it up. Sends out wide to Hussey. Someone needs to get this back in the box. And we don't. And now we're in trouble. Now we're in trouble. Graham, I think it's still Walcott up front. Ball out wide to Roberts. Connor Roberts with room. Gosling. Ball in. Good block. Good block. We're blocking for our lives. But again, we're going to fall short. We play like that. We play like that against a championship team, and then we play like we do in the league. It's just frustrating. It is frustrating. Plymouth almost pulled off a miraculous result with 9 men. They were level, went down to 9 men, somehow scored with 9 men. Crewe have beaten Leicester. Gillingham have beaten Cheltenham. That's not really a surprise. Late goal for Leeds. Late action there. Fulham put 5 past Colchester. Trying to see if there are any other surprises. Not really. Palace squeaked past Reading. But Norwich have knocked out Wolves. I guess that's kind of a surprise. I will say that was a pretty good effort. No, not really. Players worked hard. Yeah, that'll show. I'm pleased with how we played. It's none of their business. That's always a good answer. So many questions. Not good when you're getting a chairman question that quickly. Not the top 20 podcast. Apparently don't like me. That's fun. We have to accept a defeat there. We're playing a side 2 divisions above us. I don't think they're doing that great either. with how badly it's going for us right now. And we just have to accept that, really. Reasonably good performance, though. And we'll try and get the Accrington game in, and that'll be probably where we end. Then, off stream, I'll get us through the transfer window and get us up to the crawler game in the EFL Trophy. I know probably nobody cares about that, but we'll get there. We'll play it. We'll start off tomorrow's stream with the EFL Trophy. I'm sure somebody likes that cup. Someone out there will enjoy that one. Hopefully we can actually get a win. We have only won once. We deserve nothing. Go to that. I wouldn't say we deserve nothing, Russell. It's a little bit harsh. Now we don't care. The League Cup comes up, we don't care anymore. We're out, we move on. We're never going to win it. We got a nice win over the MK Dons. Doesn't seem to have boosted any confidence, though. Any surprises? Cardiff beat Villa. Cambridge beat Bristol City. Other than that, no. Couple of little surprising results, though, I guess. We are doing a lot of attacking work. It is needed, but I'm not sure it's needed when we're playing Accrington. We need all hands on deck to defend. Problem is, if we lose to Accrington, there's a good chance we drop into the bottom two. I haven't really looked at the fixtures after the Accrington game yet, so I don't know who we've got. We could be in some early trouble. Burley's gone and hurt himself, so he's out for this game. So any defensive changes I was thinking of making have just kind of gone out the window. I'll leave that as it is for now. Game really seems to want to start Will Boyle. I'm also going to try and find out how to actually get my players to do long throws. Here's the shock at Villa Park. I mean, it was Cardiff, it's not It's not like it was no one. Cardiff are a reasonably decent team. I think Crewe beating Leicester's a slightly more surprising one. I think Cambridge beating Bristol City is probably more of a surprise. I think us getting even vaguely close to Swansea was pretty good. Gave them a scare in the last few minutes. Didn't let them have it easy, which is good. The range of emotions this game puts you through. Wild. You can feel fine one moment, and then everything's gone wrong 2 seconds later. I'm not really sure how to go against Accrington. Oh, Northampton away is our next league game. They're a relegated team as well. They came down from League One. So that's not good. This is not good. We're definitely concerned for our next 2 games. Concern levels are high. I'm not sure why Crawley are. So did Papa John. Still give an idea of whether we think we can win that game or not. I would say, yeah, we probably should be able to win it. If they put a Towie star at left back, we might be alright. The under-18s win again. They're 4 for 4. Who is Viro Popescu? Romanian. I didn't think he was Scottish. So Owen Llewellyn scores again. I mean, at some point, we might be desperate. Frankie Thompson-Brown played, got a yellow card and did nothing. Awesome. Good signing. Right, second place Accrington, who are 4 out. Everyone loves this 5 at the back. If you look at our ratings, we're not bad. We're really not playing that badly. It's just not coming off for us right now. Burley's injured. Dozer comes back in. to go like that. I'm going to let Hussey have another game. Might get a bit tired. Just put Freestone back on the bench. Long's going to go back a right back. Turner back in goal. Chapman's back in left mid. Right mid goes back to Mike Blair. And that's probably how we're going to look. We're going to go cautious again. See how it goes. We are away. We are a much better team than us. So we'll see how this goes. Let's put our hands together. Nothing to lose here. Back in the blue kit again. The 2 away games, we've been in the blue kit both times. And let's see how long we can hold Accrington out for. I mean, it's another 5 at the back. I think almost everyone has played 5 at the back. Wrexham didn't. And they played 4-4-2. Everyone seems to really like 5 at the back. Everyone reacted really well to the encouragement. Very little action though. Accrington now have a free kick. Warburton standing over it and puts it wide. They've got a couple yellow cards early on. One centre back. Oh, speaking of, there's one of my centre backs getting a yellow card. Very little happening. You know what? We're going to put it on balance for the second half. Slow, I think. Apparently we're happy. We're happy with that first half. We're happy in that we're not behind. I think is the only thing we can really take from that. They're all smiley, happy people. They're shifting people around. They have a corner. I've set up defending corners and everything, and we're still having problems. Fortunately, that went over. Here we go. Oh, God. Tozer just launched that at Hussey's face. Of course we don't win a header, and Long's not going to get there. And this is the problem. Why won't he take a long throw? What am I doing wrong? I'm obviously doing something wrong. Unfortunately, it means Tozer's completely out of position and Accrington score. That's an annoying one. Oh dear. Chapman's feeling anxious, so we're going to throw a collar on. I mean, it's one shot on target, and it's gone in. We are close. We are close to being somewhere. Oh, thank you very much, Alpha Luna. Does make that a little bit better. Seeing we've had an absolutely terrible start to the season. Thank you very much for the follow. He's taking the long throw this time, which is nice. Except they've cleared it and we're in trouble again. That is surely offside. Turner's got there anyway. Doesn't matter. Oh, Darwin's a header. Circum does well. Blair's been kind of under the radar so far. Cross is blocked. Simon's to Long. If Long can put in a wonder cross, like every other fullback does in this game, we're moving it well. Johnny, if they come on to it, and that's a brilliant strike. That's what we want from him. Sekou Jane equalises. Do we stay positive? I think we stay positive. We've got to go for this. Have I made my changes? No, I've got one more. Our midfield's playing well. Hussey's a bit tired. I did think Hussey might run out of steam. We'll bring Freestone on. Oh, we've got a penalty! Oh no! Is Connor Thomas say no? Ben Tozer, the centre back, and he scored it. I mean, that's come out of nowhere. That has come out of absolutely nowhere. I didn't even see the penalty. I was making a change. And we've scored a penalty. Ben Tozer's got his second goal of the season. He's tied top scorer. And of course, in Football Manager logic, we've only gone and beaten a team that had won every game so far this season. We're putting that one on Alpha Luna. You got us that one. See, someone presses follow, we start playing and we turn around and win. So there we go. We're giving that one to Alpha Luna. That's your win. And we happily take that one. Great way to end the stream. Leyton Orient have already sacked their manager in the National League. That was quick. Harrogate lose. We desperately needed that result. We were getting towards desperation time. Bearing in mind, our next two league games were teams that had won every game. Northampton are 5 out of 5. So they've won every game too. We've ended Accrington's run. We now need to try and end Northampton's run. Which is not going to be easy. Because I think they might be... Actually saying that, I don't think they're going to be any better than Accrington, really. But if we play a similar style, play a bit more counter, get some players going forward, we could pull that off again. A couple of late goals again as well. Our 2 wins have been a couple of goals. And apparently Ben Tozer's just decided he's taking penalties now. I'm not sure. I don't think he Panenka'd that one. I think he just blasted it down the middle. But it almost looked a little bit Panenka-y at one point. We are going to need a little bit of a rest for our midfielders because they were pretty tired by the end of that game. So the Crawley game may be where we look to play a couple of different central midfielders. And we try and go potentially the same centre mids in the Northampton game. One thing we're going to do, I'm going to take Tozer off the throw-ins. That's not working. Or what we could do, Crawley are 15th in the league. What we could do, go to attacking throw-ins. You see, supposedly we have Long, Raglan and Hussey back here. That's not happened though. Because the Accrington goal, Hussey was up here. And then I think Long was sort of up here. And only Raglan was at the back. So I don't know why that happened. I don't know. I found that one a bit weird. I think I'm going to take Tozer off throw-ins. I think we're going to just resort that the long throw doesn't work. we're just going to say it doesn't work. We're going to take Tozer off of throw-ins and we're going to make him go back. Stay back, because you cost us a goal against Accrington. Granted, he went and then won the game with a penalty, but still. Don't go charging forward, please. Low turnout for the EFL trophy. No one is surprised. Literally no one is shocked. Game's definitely picked up speed because I did not think that I would already be here by this time. So we are going to end the stream very soon. We'll be back again tomorrow. Hopefully, we can carry on from that win and have a bit more success tomorrow. It's been not very up and quite a lot of down so far. But I think this team isn't too bad. If we can just work out how to score a couple more goals, I think we could be okay. I think we should stay up. We should stay up pretty comfortably. But we'll keep an eye on. We'll see how things go. We're towards the back end of August now. Just the EFL Trophy game to go. I think should be able to get through the next bit. Don't want to get caught on the transfer window because you guys will be sat here with that processing the whole time. So I will do that off stream, get to the Crawley game, which will be in the evening. And then by that time we'll play the game on stream and we should be through the transfer window pretty easily. And then we should be able to get through a good amount of September, potentially all of September towards October by the end of tomorrow's stream. Hopefully things go a little bit better. I think we're starting to get an idea now. I think we have a reasonable team. We have a team of players that are gonna work. They're gonna put in the effort, which is always what you want. We've got a pretty determined squad. So they're not gonna just sit down and not do anything. But we just need that little bit more ability almost. And it's not even a bad ability. We just need to stop the other teams from having these incredibly weird moments where they turn into Barcelona, which is unfortunately quite difficult to stop. And I think potentially one of the main things we have to do is just start scoring more goals. If we can score more goals, whilst trying to keep the defence still reasonable and conceding maybe one a game, then we're going to be looking a heck of a lot better. We have players with a good enough ability to play this possession style. We made a mistake against Accrington with the throw-in. We correct that. We still won the game. We move on. And again, I'm rambling because I'm waiting for this to stop processing. We'll get there. It is going to be slow because it's transfer deadline day. Hopefully it will come up saying if I want to be involved in it. That's where we'll stop. I'll go through it myself. I'll get up to the Crawley game. And then that's when we'll come back tomorrow. We'll start with this EFL Trophy match. And we'll go from there. Expect some of the other players to play in this game. Forest Green have had an incredibly creative start to the season. They've scored 12 times, but they're also one of the teams that have conceded the most. So, entertaining to watch at least, Forest Green. Our rival team. There we go. We'll decline it. That's where we're going to end today's stream. We get our first follow-on stream, which is great. But thank you very much, everyone, again who's come by. We'll be back again tomorrow. Hopefully, we can turn some of the draws into wins. That'll do it. Goodbye, everybody.